Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fight Me Bro betting show after just a few days and a banger of a card in UFC 249. We have a little bit of a lackluster, or at least a step down, but I think there's some okay matchups on these next couple cards. One being on Wednesday and the other one being on Saturday. So I got 4 picks for us today. I'm Matt, and Nick here has got 5 picks, correct? 5 or 6, depending on your feel.
We're doing it early, which should be a shift that's going to happen sooner, so we can get. I feel like people are already scrambling to make their bets on Saturday afternoons when this normally goes up, so we're going to try to deliver it around Thursday, Friday time. This week ends up being hectic anyway, so there's going to be some normal random-ass prop lines that we have off the table. So how I've decided to do it is I'm putting contingent lines on there. So take the bet if the line falls in the range. I'm not Vegas. I don't know how they make the shit. Anyway, we'll start with I did not review, however, which ones are on which days. That's going to be up to you. I know Anthony Smith and the Glover Teixeira card is on Wednesday, so I'll do my best to guesstimate, but when I compiled my list, I just wrote them all on the same thing.
All right. So, a little choose-your-own-adventure here. Okay.
Yeah, make sure you get the bet in on time. Because, like we tried to describe on the Fight Bro Radio show, pretty solid week last week.
Yeah,
so starting off Corona betting hot. So first pick, right out of the gate, I got Ben Rothwell, plus 120, over Ovin St. Preux, who is somehow favorite over Ben Rothwell going to heavyweight. I don't know why that makes sense. I thought for a minute maybe OSP isn't as old as I remember him to be because I know that he's getting old. No, he's 1 year younger than Ben Rothwell.
Ooh. What, like 48?
37,
okay,
actually.
Close.
Surprising that Ben Rothwell's 38, actually. That's the real shock.
Yeah.
They both have had similar activity in the past couple of years. Yes, Rothwell missed a few for steroids, but he's had 2 fights, I think, recently where OSP, he's only had like 4. So it's not some drastic. This is not a Dominic Cruz lackluster, lack of cage time situation. And OSP's only wins are against Mikhail Olmianchuk and Tyson Pedro since about 2017, which is not really that impressive. I expect him to come into this fight fat as shit. He's going to get tired immediately. If he doesn't come in fat as shit, I expect Rothwell to kind of just like lay on him. This is a bad move up to heavyweight. I don't think anybody thought that OSP should be going up to heavyweight. This should be a pretty clean Rothwell decision. I don't really see how it wouldn't be. If Rothwell gets Von Preux choked, I'll kill myself.
Oh my God, I might have to take that line just in case. No, I wish there was an over/under for what OSP is going to come in at, because it's probably going to be like
235.
I was going to say 245, which is way bigger than he needs to be. It's going to be someone that should be fighting heavyweight versus someone that shouldn't. So, like that bet. All right, so my first bet, it's coming early on the Wednesday card. It's Chase Sherman versus Ike Villanueva. If you haven't heard about Ike Villanueva, it's because he's a nobody. I think he's been fighting in like some random rinky-dink operation or organization. You know me, I'm always trying to find loopholes in bets, or at least try to dive into the mind of the matchmaking here. What this screams to me is Chase Sherman is a very marketable guy. The Vanilla Gorilla speaks well.
Great nickname.
People love him.
Nickname.
He's just not that great at fighting, and so he went out of the organization, fought somewhere else, got a couple wins. They obviously want to bring him back in, seeing that he's the favorite here, and they're bringing this guy. The other guy's like 13-9, UFC debut.
A Nadia Kasem situation.
Yeah, they're bringing him in because they want to give Chase Sherman another shot. They want him back in, so I'm taking him at minus 160. Even though taking Chase Sherman
minus 160 is not bad though. I thought that based on how you're describing this Ike character, he's going to be heavier than that.
I mean, I might have just talked myself into it, but that's why it sounds like it should be heavier. It's probably supposed to be pretty close, but I like Chase Sherman here, and I like betting with people I like, so I'm taking him at minus 160.
Okay, my next pick is I actually do, now that I noticed it, I put a divider in between the cards. So this
I just glanced over at your fucking card, and holy shit, did I leave one off my card? I can't put it on, though. I can't put it on. Fuck me, dude.
What an
God
idiot.
damn it.
I don't even know which one it was, but I will tell you this. On Wednesday night, this is out of principle. I take this one at your own risk. The last one, there's some substance to picking Ben Rothwell over OSP. Yeah. You got the weight move up, the whatever. These two guys are, from what I can tell, they're the same person fighting-wise, but out of principle, I'm taking Ricky Simone at minus 170 to beat Ray Borg. Because Ray Borg is somehow going to find a way to come in overweight. Somehow it's going to be... I hate doing this because it makes me the asshole.
Yeah.
And I'm not the asshole for saying that Ray Borg's always got the pity card with his kid where he gets all this sympathy, and yet he's constantly fucking other fighters over by not being able to either make fights or make them fairly. Mm-hmm. And so it just sucks, but it's a matter of principle. I pick against Ray Borg. It's what I do. Okay, I see the lines. If it's remotely close, I'm picking against Ray Borg. Ray Borg's only got 2 victories since March 2017, though one of those was against Davis and Figueiredo, which I don't even know how the fuck that happened. But yeah, he's just not. And one of the losses is the Mighty Mouse, so take that with a grain of salt. That said, I'm Team Mullet. I'm just feeling Ricky Simone needs kind of I still think he was on... This is bad. I can't even remember. I think he had another fight. I think he won one after...
Uriah?
Yeah.
I don't know if he has fought since Uriah. Wait, I think he
had like a small win. It's almost like we have a machine in front of us that can do this for us. But
I do like having the laptops in front of us for this type of stuff, but we're still not prepared at all.
I knew I looked it up.
Oh no, he lost to Rob Font.
Oh yeah, okay, but that I feel like bad style matchup. Yeah. This is just going to be a scramble fest. This is going to be the kind of fight that Ricky Simone likes. And again, it's a matter of principle. So I'm taking Ricky Simone minus 170. I don't really care if it makes sense or not.
That's the one that I left off my card just because, as a person, don't get me wrong, Ray Borg, it always goes out saying no one wants anything to happen to someone else's kid. But you got to imagine if it wasn't for that situation, Ray Borg, especially with being like at the 125 spot, may be out of the UFC. Like Dana White does not put up with people that just consistently miss weight, that don't fight very often. But I think he gets a little bit of leeway. And, Ricky Simone, he's just that fucking dude, man. It's hard not to root for him. So I'm kicking myself for not putting that on my card. But not a pick stealer, so I'm not going to do it. But I will be placing that bet on Wednesday. My next fight is this Felipe Lins over Andre Arlovski. And if you haven't heard of Felipe Lins, it's because he is another nobody. But fortunately for him, he's not Andre Arlovski, who's been knocked out a gazillion times in this last fight. I went back and re-looked at his record.
Isn't he on a 4-fight KO skid?
Yeah, and then there was a no contest and then a 3-fight skid before that. And I just remember I've lost a lot of money because I bet against Arlovski where he had that little bit of a resurgence. Yeah,
he won 3 fights.
Yes. I bet against him a couple times. I'm not doing it again. So I bought in at the stock at the completely wrong time. And so I've been betting on him in these last fights and it's just been going horrible.
Didn't you bet on Arlovski against Francis?
No. I'm not that dumb. I did not.
You bet on Arlovski on one that was
extremely
very stupid.
I don't think I was that stupid.
I
hope I'm not that stupid. Hopefully, there's no footage of that because I will deny that to the grave. I'm not that stupid. But let me see. Yeah, so I'm taking this Felipe Lins, and I looked at this guy's record.
Yeah, that 3 years ago, that 100% was it. I don't mean this to be racist, but he hasn't fought any other black guys, and I vividly remember being a black guy.
Oh no! Was it Walt? No, he fought Walt Harris. It might have been Walt Harris.
It was not Walt Harris.
I'm gonna convince myself it was Walt Harris, guys. For the record,
that was
Walt
the
Harris.
Draw. It wasn't that because I know he got knocked out. I vividly remember this.
It might have been against Francis.
You 100% took Francis.
I'm starting to remember. I think I might have.
You took Andre Arlovski against Francis. That's stupid.
I think I did. I'm not gonna accept it. I'm not putting that bad juju in here. But yeah, this Felipe Lins guy, I guess all his fights have been in finishes. He's 31, 32, so he's practically an infant in heavyweight. Arlovski's old as fuck, man. This has got to be it, man. This is what the UFC does. They feed fucking their old people to younger athletic guys that are going to try to knock his head off. So at minus 165, don't know dick about him. Just saw a fucking picture, but I'm like, that guy looks like a guy that could knock out Andre Arlovski, which means he looks like a guy.
Yeah.
So I like him.
Okay, so now we're jumping over to Saturday. This Dan Ige cat is coming off a win against Mirsad Bektik, who I know that we get on Mirsad Bektik, the guy who can never make the leap. But I kind of like Dan Ige. Look good enough to convince me that he will be able to beat a savagely depleted Edson Barboza at 145. This pick has... Skill-wise, I think if this fight takes place at 155, like all skills considered level, size, and if the weight factor was not a part of it, I would take Barboza here, full disclosure. That said, Barboza's fucking huge. I have no idea how he plans on getting down to 45. I gotta imagine this cut is going to be brutal.
Yeah.
I don't see Barboza having gas for 15. I think training during Rona is hard enough as it is. I like the guy he's got home field advantage, and as if football goes, they get 3 points on the spread. So I take Dan Ige. He's coming in at plus 110 actually, which is a nice little play.
That's a trap line for Edson Barboza because it's like, dude, you look at Edson and he's fucking bricked up, lean. He kicks like a motherfucker, and you're like, he's going down a weight class. Look at Dan Ige. He's no like physical specimen. He's just like a good fundamental fighter, and I think when you're depleted and there's a guy like that first round, if he gets out of the first round, I think he cruises to a decision. So like that. My last pick for my lock is coming in on Saturday. It pains my heart a little bit because I feel for this guy, but I'm taking Alistair Overeem over Walt Harris. I think a part of me wants to take Walt Harris because then like he's been training extra hard. He's been going through everything. He's doing this for her. He's fighting for her. But that being said, like Walt Harris's style is, I'm going to try to knock you out immediately. And I think Overeem is at the point in his career where he fights extremely smart and knows like, hey man, I've been knocked out 20 fucking times in a row. I'm not going to just like let myself get knocked out right away. At least it took Rozenstruik 4.5 rounds to do it, and so I think it's going to be a similar play here where he's just trying to avoid him but doesn't. I'm betting that he doesn't get finished in the 4th round. So I like it because he's at plus money here at plus 140. Alistair Overeem, like, and also, again, with these tragedies, I feel like they go two ways. Like, either one, they come back and they're motivated as ever, or two, it's like, how could you be... Where was your mind at the whole training time? Like, how could you really be fully invested in it? So, I don't know. I'm taking at least, like, what I know I'm going to get with Alistair Overeem, which is a guy that can get knocked out, but is a very smart fighter. So, I like him here.
Okay, so you mentioned that. I got two more, one of them being a maybe. My conditional pick. I'll go with that one because it's in that fight. The Walter, you hit the nail on the head. Overeem has gone to complete caution, which a great move on his part. He is a excellent example of a guy that understands swanging and banging ain't getting it done as you're coming on the cusp of 40. And him, unlike so many other fighters like, let's say, the Nogueira brothers, Andre Arlovski, I mean, the list goes on and on of people that think that, oh, my style at 25 is just my style, and I'm not going to adapt at all. Overeem's added some stuff in the wrestling department. And now, it's tougher to do that at lighter weights, of course, but at heavyweight, when you learn a simple single leg trip, you're all of a sudden one of the top 10 wrestlers in the division. Kudos to him, right? He's made all the necessary improvements. So, that said, I don't see the line posted yet. However, if the round 3 starts or the over 1.5 line, either one, is anything in the minus 185, I'll put my hard cap at the minus 195 mark. I don't know that I want to reach for it at minus 200 in case, like you said, Walt Harris comes out, he's got the emotional haymaker and destroys Overeem, who has a very fragile chin, and the big ticket, he brings the hurt. So, but if you're getting that price in anywhere at minus 195 for a round 3 start, take that. That was my pick in that fight. Now, this next one, this is another ballsy one. I gave you Dominic Cruz last week. It was one of my few picks that was incorrect. We're putting the nuts on the table again. We're going on Saturday. This is a big fight. This is 2 trains passing in the night. You have Angie Hill taking on Claudia Gadelha. You're getting Angie Hill at plus 160. I mean, this chick's on a roll. And not that Gedalia's been bad. She looked better after this. I mean, she switched camps like 3 times.
Yeah.
I fully, as I do with most Claudia Gadelha fights, I fully expect her to dominate Angie Hill in the first round. Yeah. That said, look, the cardio is always going to be a problem. Until proven otherwise, cardio for Claudia Gadelha is an issue, or she just doesn't use her her overwhelming advantage being a super slick power double and just being Claudia Gadelha is not in the sense, like Tatiana Suarez, a phenomenal wrestler and phenomenal athlete. Claudia Gadelha has good wrestling, but she is a A-plus athlete.
Yeah, just raw athleticism is her competitive advantage.
Yes, and so I think but I look at Angie Hill, now this girl's not nearly as good of a fighter, but she fended off that little fire plug chick that one time and beat the shit out of that
Shoulders
chick.
McGee.
Right. Beat the brakes off of her, and she's just been on fire. Everything looks like it's clicking. Her stand-up has never looked prettier. There's always going to be the wrestling concern, but her ability to get in clinch tie-ups and exit with, as what's the movie? Fucking the other guys with mean, nasty hooks it's like top notch. Actually, now power is always going to be a little bit of a problem. I don't know that she's got stopping power, but
I think I know she does not have stopping power.
I mean the elbows are always an X factor because if you crack someone with a good elbow, then you could be fucked. But I got to be honest. I see the plus 160. My eyes light up. I'm taking the underdog here to win 2 out of the 3 rounds.
And she's not trying to knock people out. I see this. Yeah, again, this is balls on the table because if Gadelha goes out there and just fucks on it in the first fucking round, you're gonna be like, that was dumb. Because Gadelha definitely probably views this as a step down from her normal competition because this doesn't have Gadelha's been 1 or 2 fights away from a title shot for quite some time now, and this is all right, you're starting to get a little bit of separation from the top, and I think she's gonna treat this like I'm gonna be able to bull rush this girl. But then this has a chicken or not chicken, the rabbit in the hair type of thing, or turtle in the hair. Turtle in the hair, where it's one's gonna come out hard from the gate and the other one's gonna go slow and steady. If it goes the whole way, I can see Angela Hill winning, but it's just whether or not she's able to weather that storm. Which I like to think I have faith in her, and because I just like Angela Hill, so I'm rooting for that.
You ride the hot hand.
Don't know if I'm taking it.
When the hand's hot, you ride the hot hand.
Yeah. And then on to my lock of the week.
I gotta imagine they're the same.
Yeah.
It's Anthony Smith.
That's another one. I flew through my picks today.
Oh my God, what an omission.
Wow.
Well, I'll go first. Anthony Smith, lock of the week, minus 175.
What's the TKO
Wednesday night. I didn't even look. I'm taking him straight up. He's got too many ways. This is one of the few times that I feel uncomfortable taking a win by method line because he's got too many ways to win.
Yeah.
Glover Teixeira is just old. And I am sick and tired. I know he's fucked me a couple times in the past because I've said he's old. Yeah. At a certain point, Father Time punches your ticket. And Glover Teixeira, I will never stop betting on.
Yeah.
There's a couple guys that I might be like, maybe he could dial it back. Glover Teixeira is not a dial it back guy. He gets these takedowns that make no sense to me because people just let him lay on top of them and they get Americana'd for some stupid reason. That's not going to happen to Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith is younger, fresher, better. There's just the number 175. It could be 275. I'm taking Anthony Smith. This is diamond hands. There's no fucking questions asked about this.
I got caught with my pants down. That's just me looking at the board too quick, being like, "Ooh, this looks good. This looks good."
What is your lock?
I wrote that in my head like I was taking it, that I forgot to actually write it down. And so my lock of the week, I'm going Tyron Woodley over Gilbert Burns here.
That's in 2 weeks.
That's what? No, it's not. It's listed.
It's literally. That's on the 23rd.
It's listed here as. Go back.
I know it's listed there, but that's if you've been watching any news. That's not when that fight's happening.
Well. Excuse me that the internet told me that fucking Tyron. This is ended up being a total shit show for my picks here because
I'm looking it up right now.
Let's see it. Yeah. Let's see when they're actually fighting.
I think headlines May 23rd card.
Well, That's on me, but I'm still. I'm gonna put the bet in now. All right, because
dude, just piggyback the Anthony Smith.
I'm going Anthony Smith here because I should have.
God damn.
I should have picked that. I'll one up it. I'm going Anthony Smith, TKO, whatever that line is.